Attention, please. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
This is a message from the YouTube emergency broadcast team. If you're not used to watching people who tell the truth and call out people on their BS and lies, then this probably isn't the place for you. Run now, because these guys don't hold back and they don't sugarcoat it. They are straightforward and don't waste no time about it. There's no lying, begging or beating around the bush when it comes to the 615 squad. So if your fifis get hurt easily or it takes you weeks to come up with receipts, you might want to take cover now.
Let's rock.
Mercy, know it so well. Could've wrote this from a cold cell. Praying on the floor of my hotel. Riding on the devil, taking no L's. They said don't do it cause it won't sell. Now look, we ain't taking no L's. God say go, then it won't fail. Now look, we ain't taking no L's. What did you think? I run dry when my supply is the king. I run high, deny and sign with the beast. I wouldn't ride or die for what I believe. Please, you might could try me and see what you think I'd like for 500 G's. When I could get by and still I...
Yeah. Tag burns, don't you know by now you can't set me off. I'm hard and you're wet and soft. First you was down with Native J, now you hanging with Buddha Bombay. Dag burn, double nation, who you fooling? Y'all fools just phony. I put that on my family, the creep squad homies. Wet brain boys on your team, so you're losing. Just a bunch of chickies still using. Call me toothless, but you been a dick, and we know you play that prison purse up quick, even when Merle was doing a trick. You over the living in Section 8, living off the people of the state. You could run 100 miles, there's nowhere to go, but I'm CREEKSQUAD, and you're just a DICK sucking hoe. We winning and you're getting down with no Vaseline. Churches making millions, he don't care about some fake punk feelings. You're over there getting pounded hard and quick, when you need to be learning arithmetic. We all heard you gave up the draws, getting gangbanged by your PD's little pick. Even heard you say your daddy was like P. Diddy. Now Zach is Belinda's new fella, treating her like a ready teller. Now they got you wearing a purse and high heels. I don't get paid by church. 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 But we all know you and Mo snitch. Thinking that 500 will make you rich, but y'all still a bitch. Got Stevens humble, the little maggot. Boy got scared and ran like a rabbit. And Austin reacts who you can't believe a word he has to say. Why you getting pounded by Jay Prez, Tyrone and Native J? Get off YouTube, it's that simple. Or put a bullet in your temples, cause you'll never be accepted by Creek Squad. That's a fact, just ask God. Pulling wolves with that GoFundMe scams. Now I gotta play silent, settle lambs with a half-pint midget who's a bomb too. Trying to mess with me, well F you. Take this pill like you take that pound and with no Vaseline. But we all know you and Mo snitch, thinking that 500 will make you rich, but y'all still a bitch. Cause Stevens humble us a little maggot. Boy got scared, ran like a rabbit, and Austin reacts who you can't believe a word he has to say. But no Vaseline, no Vaseline, but no Vaseline. Yeah, but we all know you and Merle snitch. Thinking that 500 will make you rich, but y'all still a bitch. Got Stevens humble the little maggot. Boy got scared and ran like a rabbit. And Austin reacts who you can't believe a word he has to say. Why you getting pounded by Jay Prez, Tyrone and Native J?
Well, what's going on, folks? Hope y'all have had a good Monday. I know it's been an exciting well, let's see here. I'd say about the last 20 hours or so for sure. So not many people got sleep last night, but you know what? That's okay. That's what we do. We pull through it. So Dagburn Johnny Goble's dead floozy mother saying hi. How are you doing? She's one of the first ones off in here. We got Miss Brandy Day saying howdy. All welcome in. One of my great mods. Who else we got off in here? Pixie 5150. Did y'all see the lives today? Yeah, they were very interesting. That is for sure. So who else we got off in here? Brooke, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Everybody throwing off their waving emojis. Smelling now. I hope y'all have heard. Now, Seeper had that live we were talking about last night that we're hoping to have at 6:30 tonight. Unfortunately, Jacob's not going to be able to be free at 6:30. He is going live at 10 o'clock tonight on his Instagram. So y'all just remember that. 10 o'clock tonight on Instagram. Jacob Devaney 2095. So, and he's got something important to say. So, and hopefully we'll have him on maybe one day this week. So, Platinum Pyro says, don't forget to hit that like button on y'all's way in. Appreciate that, Pyro. Gina, how are you doing? Scott? Yeah, Square's over there now saying he's guilty. I know earlier he wasn't. So, Miss Gail, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Miss Skylar, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well for you. I know it's getting about time for that baby to be kicking. Well, I'll tell you what, now, if that friend does come to Dixon, I hope you please call me. I mean, if you're not picking up service, at least go outside, start a fire, and send me an SOS. Do something. Please let me know. And don't forget, notify Seeper. We'll buy him dinner. I may have to have a straw, but yeah, I had to go over to Uncle Will's to say a few things. But Apple Creek, how are you? Yeah, I'm sorry for being late, folks. Y'all know I hate being late. And I know I was a couple minutes, but yeah, it's 2 minutes later than I hate to be. We had some storms the other day. Sean, how are you? So yeah, let's see. I know I'm gonna miss a lot of people. There's quite a few people in here. We've got Robbins, Mach 1 in here. We got Miss Lori, Blue Eyes. But now I don't know if Seeper's gonna be over here on this one or not. If he's listening in, if he's watching, if he wants to come in, he knows he's more than welcome. Hell, this channel is his channel, and pretty much vice versa. Vinny, how are you? Now, if y'all seen Johnny's live late last night, one of his many, compared to the one today, it was a little different. Last night, he said that Jacob was a year old when he went to prison. Oddly enough, today he was 2. By the end of the week, who knows? He may have been 17. You just never know. Johnny claims that Jacob said that his other son, Cam, had done some very bad things, and that was the first time he had ever heard of that. Well, Johnny, no, you put that out on YouTube. You made the accusations and all that. And that's what Jacob was talking about. You just twisted that story. And I find it quite ironic. It was actually kind of funny how you and Merle seemed quite upset because he wanted to get in touch with Seeper and I. 2 of a handful of people that you definitely just didn't want that happening to. And if y'all didn't get to see Rusty's live early this morning, I would suggest y'all watch that. And if it's not on YouTube anymore, it's on his Rumble page. But Dagburn was tore up. Dagburn even went into chat. Yeah. Dagburn still thinks he's getting W's. I don't think anybody's ever explained to him what that means, because under no way are you winning. But then you decided to say, well, you're going to talk about Billy. Yeah, if they can talk about me, I can talk about them. So you're going to talk about an ongoing investigation in case that you know nothing about. Now, do you, Johnny? How much facts do you actually know on that? I'll be honest with you, I've never known you to really know any type facts. See, Johnny's had an issue for several years with not only Creek Squad, but Ryan Upchurch. Johnny, you didn't like it because it took 6 months to get a hat and a t-shirt that you couldn't afford, but you were promised one through Tyler Garrett. You went on a rampage with Redneck Nation. Now, didn't you? And who spoke up much later about that? And you just didn't like that. You thought you were going to get a sponsorship. A sponsorship through Redneck Nation. Why on God's green earth do you think anybody like that would ever sponsor you? And you want to place blame on people because that fell through. That's not the reason you don't have sponsorship. I mean, I'm sure we could get Glad or Hefty to sponsor you because they're used to trash. But no. And when a certain individual spoke up, maybe certain members from certain community were laughing at you, you got a little upset. Later on, you decided to put out an interview with some wrong information in it. And you think when somebody's speaking on another person, that if that person they're speaking on has followers, fans, friends, or family, that they're just going to sit there and be quiet, they're not going to say nothing? Even if you know the information is false? Now, Johnny, I know you're low IQ, but really? Is it that low? But you liked it when everybody started attacking you because it was more chat in your lives, which drew more attention. More people hit the subscribe button to see what you were going to do next, and your channel grew. Correct? So you welcomed it. You didn't block everybody like you do now, did you? You love the attention because that's what you seek is attention. Then you started doing little drawings. Here, Ryan, look at this drawing. I want to send this to you. Now, I don't want, you don't have to autograph it and send it back. No, I'm just want to show my love for you. Then as things progress, and he does start doing little videos on you, after he realized how many videos there were on him, you start changing. The videos start going from funny to extremely weird to threats to predator style to vile to downright dangerous. But yet, you want to blame Ryan Upchurch, and Creek Squad. And now you think that it's all Creek Squad and Ryan's fault. Even as far as I think it was last night, and it may have been early this morning, saying Ryan can stop all this. You think because the truth is starting to come out that didn't come out when this story originally broke, because the young boy was a minor at the time and couldn't be reached out to, that it's wrong now, that we ought to just stop, that Ryan ought to step in. When it's showing a pattern of yours that you abused not one, but 2 women while pregnant. Now, you were able to put an EPO on one, wasn't you? But I don't think you can put an EPO on all of Creek Squad. Or better yet, all of YouTube. Because a lot of people that are putting this story out or hearing this story and will be putting it out don't classify themselves as Creek Squad. Now, you've wished death on people. You've talked about people that have lost their newborn child. You've wished miscarriage on a pregnant woman. You've called several people the P word. The very thing that you're accusing multiple people of right now that's not even calling you that. They're looking in to see if the story is true. And even if it's not that, even if the abuse of breaking his arm or abusing the mother, just to find out what kind of person you are. Hell, think about it. Just a couple days before that, you were threatening minor females. You were threatening to do whatever you could do to cost them their job just because they hurt your fifis. Am I right, Johnny? I mean, come on, folks. Did he or did he not say that he didn't care if it cost him his job? He was going to do whatever it took. That this wasn't just the first time, but this was the second time they hurt poor Johnny's fifis. Well, Johnny, remember when we first started calling you the gobbler? You said, hey, that's fine. I can take that. Well, what does a turkey do? You claim that you're famous in Paintsville. And you've stated, all the kids in Paintsville love me. Well, aren't those 16-year-olds that work up there at the Dairy Queen kids? Maybe that was their way of just showing support. That's what you're known for. But no, you want to attack them. Show your ass up there at the DQ. You know, there's not too many more restaurants up there that you can go to. Bet you don't go to the KFC anymore. Mayor don't like you. Hell, how many mayors has Paintsville had that had issues with you? Yet, even on the phone the other night with young Jacob, you was over there cussing them up one wall and down the other. Then trying to trap them by asking them, right after you just said that a 1 or 2-year-old wouldn't remember if you done that. And that was your exact words. Well, he was only 1. He wouldn't remember if I'd done that to him. If you done what to him, Johnny? What'd you do to him? But yet you decided to ask him. And what'd he say? He said that somebody had put it out. You said you didn't put it out. Is that correct? Both you and Merle said, no, Anita put it out. Annette put it out. Annette put it out. Well, Annette may have put it out originally several years ago. But you put it up on your on your YouTube a few nights ago. And remember, that's the reason people got his name, because you didn't mark his name out. And when that was brought to your attention, you said you didn't give a fuck about him. Those were your words. But last night you wanted to act like you do care about the young man. Which is it? Do you care about him when you think you need something from him, like not to come over and talk to us? And now that after you and Merle got off the phone, you've seen what was happening, now you want to make threats? Is that what you're doing? Because you've already been charged with intimidating a witness, so I can imagine who all you have intimidated. Are you afraid that this story is going to break and what's going to happen to your poor little channel? The only thing that you really, truly care about? I mean, the boy is a adult now. Much like Cam. You know, you raised $9 million worth of hell when the great 12 Point had Cam up and interviewed him, saying, well, that's not right. He interviewed my son. Well, you may have been the sperm donor, but you never was the father to that young man. And I'm speaking about Cam. And Cam is an adult. Cam can go and do what he pleases. And if he wants to go on 12 Point's channel, if he'd like to come up here, he's more than welcome. If he wants to talk about you, he's more than welcome. What are you going to do? Throw an EPO on him? But getting back to the newer story. Now, you threatened to call Jacob's base. Now, I guess you think you're going to talk to his CO. Let me remind you of something, Johnny. You're already under the watchful eye of the Army. And I've done told you that. Do you not remember when you doxed my son? And I told you, that was pretty stupid on your behalf. My son is a sergeant in the United States Army. And I advised my son what I would do if I was him when I notified him of what you done. They have your full name, address, and all your information, as well as who helped you. Now, it was up to them to how much farther it went. All they want to know is if anything else was to happen. It's happened. If you were to call his CO right now, and I'm talking of Jacobs, we know how that would go over. You'd go, but he's lying to me. He's lying about me. He's lying. It's false. There never were any charges. You would lose control. Hell, you'd probably start cussing like you did the other night. You gonna have Merle there holding your hand? Do y'all think he's gonna have Merle there holding his hand, telling him what to say, what not to say? You know by now she's got to be getting tired of this shit. And here's the thing, though. When you make threats to somebody that's active service member, they don't take too kindly to that. And they do keep recordings. And hey, when this name's already in the system, how good's that going to look? Now, he's gave his name. Gave a base that he thought he was at. And could you imagine, that they don't take too kindly to that. Thank goodness he's not overseas, because they definitely wouldn't have took too kindly to that shit. Also, Johnny, the other night, the young man asked you if you were recording him. Now, I know in Kentucky, it is a one-person record, right. But if somebody even asks you if you're recording and tells you they don't want to be recorded, at that point, you don't have the right to record. But yet you lied to him. He said, no, we're not recording. Nope. Mm-mm. And yet your ignorant ass put it out. Kind of like when y'all done the court. How do you think that's going to go over? See, all this time you talk about you're going to file charges on people. You're going to do this and that. I hope you do. I really, truly hope you do. Because you're so... Well, let's put it this way. You don't think before you do things. You really, truly don't. I mean, how many times have you been arrested? How many times have you been arrested for the exact same thing? How many more times in your life do you think you're going to be arrested? See, well, like Infinita just said, doxing is illegal in Kentucky, period. And how many people have you doxed? Oh, just your YouTube channel that you love so dearly. How many illegal things have you done on that channel? And you ought to be paying close attention because look at your good buddy Books now. But you're too stupid. Just way too stupid. Now, I've seen that your buddy from Ohio made a little comment earlier today, which I thought was right comical. He's just barely sticking his head up out of the water, trying to let everybody know he's still alive and trying to be something. Saying there's something cooking in the back streets. Yes, if you're listening, it's your ass. Other than that, I don't have any thoughts on that little loser. I just hope he enjoys his days at the park. I'm sure they're counted. Probably won't be very many of them. And Johnny, if you are who you say you are, why do you keep hiding your lives after you do them? Which honestly, I don't care because I've already got them. Go ahead. Somebody wants them, depending on the size of it, maybe I can send it to them. Maybe I just start putting them up on Rumble. Then I guess you can say I am making money off of you. But Johnny, do you remember me telling you a couple years back that I was going to stay on your neck until they threw dirt on me? Well, don't think that's going to change. Why would you allegedly, I'll say allegedly, cause harm to a young child and then try shutting them down, scaring them and their family? You don't think victims have the right to speak? I mean, I think that's very odd. And what I find even weirder are the people that show the support for you for that. Even after this young man gave his first live coming out, you've got Austin Reacts, you've got Daniel Bishop, you've got Tyrone over there, you've got Payne, you've got Marissa, you've got Even Square last night was over there showing support. Boss Lady Bird, the Bushwatcher, Buddhist Lim was in his live today. Jay Prez, oh God, just the list goes up. Harlow Blonde over there, which Harlow Blonde over there saying some other stuff that I think that's, I don't know. I think she really realizes that, yeah, she may have ran that mouth a little too much. And here's the thing, Johnny. So, you've got a daughter that's going to be graduating that you probably won't even be able to see the graduation if they hold it at school. Uh, but she's going to be turning 18 in 3 months from what Melinda said. 18. 18 means she'll be an adult. Imagine how many times she may be asked to come up on a panel. What are you going to be able to do? She's an adult. Yeah, Jay Perez did change his name to Dimebag 85. I ran out enough characters on there, so I had to just throw Jay Perez in there. But yeah. Oh, Derek. But yeah. Of course, in a few months, she'll probably be running over there to her adult boyfriend's house and shacking up with him. Yeah, Johnny, you don't think about that. I mean, could you sit there and stated what was you going to do since they wanted to reach out to your family members? Oh, and speaking of which, you made a thing stating that they reached out and messaged your daughter. I asked you the other night to please show that on community post. I mean, you showed the other message, but you made that something that people were reaching out to your minor daughter. And I called bullshit. And again, I'm still going to call bullshit. But where is that post? Could you please provide it for us? I'm going to say if you don't provide it, it didn't happen. And I bet you the 100 people in here probably saying the exact same thing. That it never happened. That it's just one of your many lies. Now, chat, what do y'all think? Do y'all think anybody reached out to his minor daughter? I can honestly say that I didn't. Seepers came out and said he didn't. Neither one of us reach out to minors. I know the greatest deal of y'all how y'all are. If not all of y'all, so T-Dam, she's no. Apple Creek, nope. Yeah, Sean and Daniel, and they're all saying no. All these people are thinking that you lied because that's your track record when it comes to stuff like this. See, folks, we're talking about a guy that was a real bad meth addict, drug addict, both him and her. And now they've swapped that for what, Suboxones that he's been on for so many years that they're just depending on that. So much so that, well, he only takes a fourth of it prescribed. What's he doing with the other 3/4? Is he selling it, grinding it up, taking it in another form? I'd say he's probably selling it and getting something a little bit better. I mean, y'all seen how he was over there nodding off on live the other night. And here in about another 11 days, if he's still doing a live or so, how he acts, Now, one of the people that I didn't put on the bottom of this down here that's fully supporting them is Old Tater Gang. Now, Old Tater made a few comments the other night that really made me question how long he was in the service, maybe what he done, and maybe why he's no longer in it. Did he get in some trouble? Some of the things he was saying made me think, did he remember some of the rules were over there? And if y'all know anything about Tater, see, Tater used to be over on this side, on the Creek Squad side, not over here at 615 Squad side. No. But Tater was he was a lot like Johnny and Merle. He was a rat. It was funny because he used to get on to me for smoking in the house, which I found ironic. I have no kids here in this house. It's my wife and I, and I've told y'all why I started back, when I started back, and how that went down. But yet, old Tater was over there smoking right there in front of his kids. But he claims it was okay because he was outside. So, yeah, but old Tater, he's another one of those rats. Matter of fact, he got into it on Instagram with Dale and Nate one day, which didn't work out too good for him either. Or with Dale. I think Nate was actually asleep. They had worked at night. Dale put him in his place real quick. I mean, by the time that live was over with, he looked like a little whining dog needing to go use the restroom. And Tater supposedly is the one that actually reached out to Jacob first because Johnny asked him to. He's just a puppet at this point. Isn't that right, Tater? Just doing what your master asked you to, aren't you? Yeah, you're just a houseboy, aren't you? Doing what your master asked you to do. Ain't no telling what else you'd do for him, is there? Old Painter take a bullet for him. Now, when my live ended, I think it was about 11:30. Now, I can imagine what time it was when old Tater reached out to him. And that was before Johnny had reached out. So, yeah, and that, of course, recordings. But some of the things that Tater had said off in that live, and I'll have to check see if I got him screenshot. It was just, well, I know I got him screenshot because I actually sent them to people, but it was funny because knowing that what he was said was so wrong, but it was so sad because supposedly this young man is a veteran. So I don't know. He actually reminded me of Snaggy, though. Maybe that's how I'm going to refer to him, Snaggy too. Blue Eyes. So I have heard through people that Johnny's daughter is reaching out to people wanting to on multiple platforms, wanting to be a friend or so, and y'all be careful of that because she's a minor, so just turn her away. That may be Johnny's way of saying, look at here, they're allowing people to be friends with them on YouTube that are minors. And if y'all get one of those, before denying it, take a screenshot of it. Therefore, if he ever comes back and says something like that to y'all got proof that she was trying to friend you and not vice versa. Oh, and of course, Max Fisher. So he got timed out again. Yeah, Max, when are you going to learn? Oh, and Tater, so you say you got timed out for telling the truth over here the other night? Well, number one, I didn't time you out. But number two, I guarantee you, my mods didn't time you out for telling the truth. It has to be something worse than that to get timed out over here. So you can run with your little narrative like you're running with your little scums of the earth that believe it's okay for someone to do what they've done. And like one of them had stated, I believe it was Austin Reacts, why should it matter to us what he done to a little child? It's not our child. What do y'all think about that, chat? Why should y'all care what he does to a child if it's not y'all's child? That right there lets you know Austin's can't be a parent, and also lets me know there's no way in hell he should ever parent. I don't even know if I'd let him watch one of my animals. And now, especially last night and today, I've heard quite a bit from several of the channels. I've seen it where they, again, let's see here, my cancer was cured. I'm lying about my cancer. Several odds and ends like that. Folks, I will tell you this for y'all low IQ folks that think that. Stage 4 colorectal cancer. Stage 4 liver cancer. The liver cancer part, stage 4, the only way you're going to cure that, especially in the amount of spots I had, is if you get it down small enough to where you can go in, they can take half the liver out and then go back 6 to 8 weeks later and take the other part of the liver out, because the liver is the only one that regenerates. Other than that, with chemo, they have to shrink it down small enough in order to do that. Like my oncologist says, we're not going to be able to cure it. And they weren't. Now, the deal with hospice, I hear all y'all saying, that's BS. I urge y'all, since y'all want to show how ignorant y'all are, to call a hospice service center near y'all's neighborhood. Pick up the phone. Ask them a question. Ask them how a patient can go about getting on hospice. And they'll more likely tell you that if a doctor can no longer help them, or if they're no longer seeing the doctor for whatever the cause may be, that's when they would come in. Or if it's somebody, it used to be in the last few weeks of life, but it's not that way anymore. There are hospice service companies that have patients that they've had for several years. So think about, you can attack me all you want, say I'm lying about that. You're not hurting me. Just think about all the other people, though, that have a family member that's on hospice, or those that are watching that are on hospice, and you're saying shit like that. And I also think one day you, your spouse, your parents, hell, even your child may end up on hospice. Damn, wouldn't that be some karma? I mean, of course, we've seen some on here that all of a sudden they've got cancer, and 2 months later, when they've got this real bad cancer, 100% cured. That's what she stated today, that her cancer is cured. 2 months later, same person that had this real bad heart disease, also the same person that lost a husband, but shortly thereafter, her boyfriend that she's been with, that she must have been with for months before her husband died, which is a person that's just wanting attention, wanting people to feel sorry for her. Well, Diddy, please tell me what you don't agree with what I say. So you don't agree with the stuff we've called Johnny out for? And I appreciate the prayers, but I would like to know what you don't agree with what I'm saying. Or are you talking about you don't agree with Johnny? And the only thing I can say that Johnny has said here recently that I agreed with, and he's backtracked on yet, is that he should be taking a break. Okay, so you think I manipulate and twist everything. Okay, what have I twisted and manipulated? Well, no, I mean, I'm asking. I'm not attacking. I'm asking. Because see, I've got a feeling that you hadn't been around as long or paying close enough attention with him as I have. See, Johnny's got this certain game that he plays with this stuff, and if you've watched him long enough, you pick up on it. You know how he is. You know how he does things. You know what his next move's going to be. Okay, what you talking about? The age, boy's age. What does that have to do with what I said? 24 to minus 2005 equals 19. That's correct. But where did I ever say anything about that? No. Now, see, here's the thing. And if you would have listened to Johnny, Johnny's the one put out in 2007. He was 2. So you picked that up from Johnny. I never gave out the years. I never gave out the years. So please, when you're going to come and say that I've twisted stuff and all that, please have your facts straight. Because right now, you're the one twisting the narrative. How's it going, Jerry? And that's what I'm saying. I never once said anything about 2005 until I just read your comment. Johnny's the one that the other night said a year old. Today said 2 years old. And that's the reason I turned around and said by the end of the week, he's going to be saying 17. I didn't say the young boy is 17. I just said that's what Johnny's going to be saying. But that's the thing. He had to be called out for it in order to correct himself. When enough people call him out, then he'll correct it. Maybe. Sometimes he don't even do that. Sometimes you can literally lay down the receipts and he denies it. Okay, so did you say that at 1 or 2 he cannot remember anything? I'm actually glad you stated that because now I want to show you something. I'm going to prove you wrong. I am going to prove you wrong. Now, I was going to wait for another time to do this. Oh, if I don't get the file open. Oh, here we go. So here we go. Now, I'm going to take it you're educated enough that you can read, unlike some of Johnny's followers. And even maybe comprehend what you're reading. Okay, that's what they choose not to report. Hold on. Let me send it over there because apparently I did not send that one to it. But I've even got a web page that I will give you the link to that it states amazingly enough that a 1-year-old and 2-year-olds has the ability that something that traumatic can remember. It shocked the heck out of me. And the reason I'm saying this, I asked a psychiatrist a couple years back about a story that my ex-daughter-in-law was given about something that happened to her when she was 5. Now, her story was that she lost both parents in a car wreck at the age of 5. There was 3 people in the car, her and her 2 parents. And she was giving a lot of detail about this. And I was thinking it would almost have to be virtually impossible, even at the age of 5, to give that much detail that she's given. And at her age, it was just astonishing. I talked at the oncologist. We have a psychiatrist there that she'd come around chair by chair, ask people, they wanted to talk, had any questions, stuff like that. And you could even set up an appointment with her. It was all free. I told her one day, I do have a question for you. And I asked her. She told me that in extremely traumatic events, it is possible for not only 5-year-olds, but even younger. When she told me that, I'm thinking, okay, 5, 4, maybe 3, up until today. Today, I've seen this. This really, truly made me think at how amazing the mind really is. Okay, I just sent it over there. Now, this is just a screenshot. But if you reach out to me on Instagram, I will send you the link that I'm talking about, and you will be really surprised. Oh, I keep pulling that one up. Okay, folks, hold on a minute. Here it is. Okay, can a 1-year-old remember? You can see up at the very top. Trauma can have a serious effect on babies and toddlers. Many people wrongly believe that babies do not notice or remember traumatic events. In fact, anything that affects older children and adults in a family can also affect a baby, but they may not be able to show their reactions directly as older children can. But they can remember it. Now, like I said, get in touch with me on Instagram and I will send you the link to the lengthy story or the article that not this, but the others from, and you will be amazed. I know I was. Oh no, Brandy, that's okay, but I've had multiple people send me stuff today about this. I got several different links, but yeah, I'll send you one that to me was one of the best, and it will truly open your eyes. The far back as I can remember on things was 4 and 5, and that was dealing with my grandfather before he passed. So just because you cannot remember something at age of 1 or 2 doesn't mean there aren't people that can. Maybe your life wasn't as traumatic as theirs. Also, think about it this way. You heard him say that he kicked his mother while she was pregnant, correct? What other woman have we heard that he kicked while pregnant? We've heard it before. Long time ago, because she's not allowed to speak on it now. Because Johnny's got that EPO. But yeah. So 2 different women kicked during pregnancy. Kind of shows a track there, doesn't it? He showing signs of abuse. We already see how he is with children and his abuse towards pregnant women. He don't mind threatening teenagers. Hell, matter of fact, remember the incident with that 16, 17-year-old, I think it was, lived next door from him? But yet, there's people over there, such as those on the bottom of the screen and several others, that just think Johnny's a good dude. And that's not me twisting facts when they've come out and said that. But yet, this low-life piece of scum wants to attack good people because he's jealous. He's attacked Miss Gale. He's attacked Skylar. He's attacked Billy. He's attacked Ryan. Hell, he even said that he was going to get in touch with Ryan's younger sister when she was a minor. But that didn't faze y'all. And if you think we're making that up, even Merle in their kitchen said, yeah, he did say that. But he didn't mean it. Wait a minute. He threatened to call her, but he didn't mean it. Why would you say something? Why would you threaten something if you didn't mean it? Exactly. Monty, he's wished death on babies. He's wished death on cancer patients. He's blamed parents for the death of their children right after the young babies were born. But yet y'all want to tell me he's got integrity, he's got morals. He can't even spell those 2 words. He's been charged with intimidation, intimidating a witness. And do you think if he will intimidate a witness, he won't intimidate those that aren't going to court against him but trying to tell their story? On here, anytime he gets mad at somebody because they're starting to put out the truth, what does he do? He puts out their information. Now he's got little gloves to do it, like Tater. I guess Tater thinks he's still in the army. He's still taking orders. So yes, this is the person up there in Paintsville. And Johnny, when everybody in Paintsville finally sees all this, that most of them already knew, you think your car getting keyed was bad. I just can't wait for one of the dads of the girls that you threatened the other day to get hold of you. I mean, okay, for the guys in chat, if Johnny would have threatened your daughter, what would y'all have done? If a 39-year-old male would have hollered and threatened your 16-year-old daughter, what would y'all have done? Yeah, cheers. I can't say online. I mean, but this poor guy, hell, last year he didn't even know how old he was. I mean, hell, he thought he was 40. We all had explained to him that, no, Johnny, you're 39. He still didn't believe us until Merle hollered from the other room, no, Johnny, you're 39. Yeah. But Johnny, now, trust me, none of us really want to see you take a long break. But if you do, that's just letting us know definitely how much we're winning. And winning, you know, you need to look that word up. Mayhem, how's it going? Because I don't think you know the definition of that word. Because you hadn't got a W in a long time. I mean, a long time. And to Jacob, if you're listening, there again, I want to say that not only myself, but several others are extremely proud of you for last night taking that first step into telling your story. That was a major step. That's something that's been years in the making, and that you will feel a lot better about yourself once you get it all out. But if you let Johnny intimidate you to stop, then it's going to be a win for him, and he's going to have that power over you for the rest of your life, whether you know it or not. And I hope that doesn't happen. Whether you come on our channel to tell or not, or if you just do it on yours, that doesn't matter. But I hope you continue to tell your story. And yes, I would like to see you up here on Wade 615 or the Seeper 615 channel. Matter of fact, Seeper's done an excellent job. And, you know, either way, I know that Creek Squad will show full support to you. I will tell you that a lot of people that subbed up to you last night that I did see that's following you, you've got some over there that, trust me, you don't want over there. He put out your Instagram channel as well, and so expect trouble from some of them. I'm sure they've probably already messaged you. Some of them may have even threatened you as well. Don't let them get in your head. You're stronger than that. So I know you're young, but don't let them bully you around. So we'll be here for you. And don't forget your brothers in arms that are there with you too. They'll help guide you. And like I said, don't worry about him calling in down there. He ain't going to be able to do shit other than cause harm to himself. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing it while you're supposed to be working. You're not giving out any information about your service you're not supposed to be giving out. You're talking about your life, your story. You're not making no threats. not causing any harm. So you keep doing you. We'll be right there with you. And everybody, like Super said, at 10 o'clock over on Instagram at Jacob Devaney 2095. He's supposed to be having his live tonight. If y'all hadn't subscribed to him, please do. Please make sure you go through, check out all the notifications, make sure you got it to where you get all the lives and all that. Please show full support. Please be respectful, not only to Jacob, but to his family. Please don't try to reach out to his younger sister or to his mother. Please let him tell his story and give them the time. You know, I mean, look at how many years this is taking them. So, but I want to say I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm not going to say this will be my last time on live tonight because, you know, y'all seen me a few times last night. And to Johnny, I want to say you're a piece of trash. You're a bigger piece of shit than I thought you were. And trust me, I almost thought that would be impossible. Yeah. And to try to stop a victim from telling their story. But, you know, with the people I see that you got over there, I mean, you got one guy that's attacked a woman and all, and just others. It, you know, it just really doesn't surprise me. I mean, y'all, I guess, all really truly belong with one another. So his Instagram is Jacob, Jacob Devaney, DEV. Oh, let me pull it up. Make sure. I want to make sure I spell it right, his last name properly, or y'all gonna come up with something else. And sometimes I accidentally do that. Okay, so it is all lowercase JACOBDEVANEY 2095. So if one of the mods can put that in there, and that's on Instagram. Yeah, it's private, but if y'all go over there and just subscribe and all that, and he accepts, I think he's private all of his social media now, and I'm sure that he was probably getting attacked by quite a bit. I mean, can you imagine how much Johnny and Merle and Johnny's little simps were going in on him? I mean, y'all heard Johnny asking all of his people the other night to get all the proof you could. And I know this is being recorded, but there's no telling in messages or whatever. He's probably asking them to do a lot more. And that's how low Johnny is, that he would personally ask them to attack. We've seen it done before, and we don't put that past him. But Jacob, if you're having people that are doing that to you, just drop the names off in Instagram, and we'll look into it for you. The victim has the right. Well, I mean, if not with some of the things Johnny said the other night, well, number one, when you're kicking a pregnant woman, what are you trying to do right there? But then, you know, some of the other things, why would you hit a 1-year-old? You wouldn't even spank a 1-year-old. And he turned around and said that last night. Personally, I think that needs to be looked into. And he smothered him. And yeah, I mean, it's just Johnny, you're not good. Not for anybody. Yeah, Jerry, that's the deal with Harlow. I mean, I guess Harlow was online during her surgery because when have you seen her take any time off? So, tonight we've been talking about Johnny and with the accusations, which now it's come to light with Jacob. So, but folks, I'm gonna get off here. See what's going on, and like I said, who knows? Y'all may see me back on. Well, okay, so Jacob is the brother, the stepbrother of Johnny's daughter. So they're on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook a few years ago, there was a thing put out from a woman where he had allegedly at the time molested and broke the young boy's arm. So yeah, the young boy is now a adult. He is in the service, and he done a live the other night for the first time. And Johnny don't like this information getting out. So if you hadn't for some reason never heard of this story or so, you can go to my main page. There's a couple of short lives last night that was done about it. There's also a link over on Seeper's page, Seeper 615, that fell into play in between my two lives that will lead you over to the Instagram. However, on Instagram, when they do a live, as soon as it ends, that's it. But on my latest live or my last live before this one, I played it. You'll see it. But if you do go to the Jacob Devaney 2095 and subscribe, you'll see his live that he's supposed to have at 10 o'clock tonight. Jerry, that's the thing. So yeah, now he's saying he fell off the couch and broke it. Johnny's gonna give all kinds of excuses. Next week he may be running outside, or he fell off the porch, or I mean, Johnny will come up with 9 million excuses. And there's multiple reasons why people don't file charges. And just because charges are not filed does not mean the actions didn't take place. A lot of people don't want to have to relive it, especially at that time. There may be some legal issues why they don't want to do with it. They may not have the money for everything. There's just tons of reasons why. There's been so many people that have escaped jail time for that reason. I mean, think about the actors that we have seen now where the women are just now coming out after 15, 20 years. So, but Johnny, I'm looking forward to your live tomorrow on Billy. That should really truly be an interesting live. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think they're going to be doing any. I don't think anything's going to happen to him. I don't think he's going to be getting arrested like you think tomorrow. Uh, hell, Johnny, if you want to, come over here and chat. I'm willing to put up 500 on it. I think Billy's going to end up at the house tomorrow. Well, Skylar, come on now. You just, and here I am trying to make a little money, and Johnny swears up and down he's got court tomorrow and he'll be rearrested. I was just trying to make a little money. Come on, Skylar. Oh, Brandy, he's not going to Tennessee tomorrow. As dumb as Johnny is, he's got to be smarter than that to think he's going to come down here towards Ashland City. I mean, if I knew for a fact that he was coming down tomorrow, I would go ahead and just shoot on over there tonight, pitch a tent, and be ready for him. Lord knows it's going to be warm enough. Yeah, I would be the first one there waiting on him. Hey, Gail, I'm right there with you. You just let me know, and hell, we can run over turkeys on the way up there. Yeah, no turkeys allowed in the courtroom. Yeah. Number one, Merle ain't gonna let you carry that car that far. And number two, your balls never drop, so I know you ain't got the balls to come down. Just Lori, how's it going? Just like you don't have the balls to do what you say about sitting across my house and filming. You don't have it in you. It's not in you, Johnny. Jerry said he'll bring the smoker. Now we just need brisket or you won't do it, Johnny. Come on. You're the news. Bring your ass on down. Come on, get the story. Get the story while it's hot. Wonderful Warrior Super done told him he'd pay for the gas money. Oh shit, Don's gonna bring the portable Johns. There we go. So we got the smoker. We got the portable Johns. Somebody bring a deep fryer. We'll deep fry a turkey. Or we can smoke it either way. Shit, now we can get Power Stroke to bring the paintings down. Hell, we can have a little fire. Come on, somebody reach out to Power Stroke, see if he can come down with them paintings. Slayback, you listening? Need you to bring that flamethrower. Oh, there we go. Got beer. Hell, this turned out to be a party, Johnny. Hit it. Come on. It's a meet and greet. There you go. We'll have a meet and greet. You could think of it as you could troll Ryan and Gail and Skylar and Billy by coming down and doing this. Skylar said, shit, she'll go ahead and break her water. She's ready for Sage to come on out. All right, Don's going to bring the canopy. Shit, we won't even bring music. I bet you we could probably talk Ryan into coming and just singing up a storm. I'm sure he'd love to meet you. Oh, hell, the banana pudding. Now I know I'm fixing to head out. I'm gonna have to bring the big tent with everybody. Oh, Billy's doing his own thing. He's not worried about online. Billy wasn't really worried about online stuff anyhow, unless it was gaming. That was his thing. As far as online, he'd get on there though, and he'd tear some games up. All right, Jerry's gonna bring the moonshine, and for dessert we'll have moon pies. Now, Jerry, you're bringing the real moonshine and not that cheap ass mall version, right? Hell, I'll tell you what. Now I know it's a little bit of ways, but you can contact your buddy and see if he'll drive up from Florida to meet you up there. I know you'll want to go to the bridge, to the church. How's it going, Fresh Start? Yeah, it has been a while. Oh no, he will. Man, so he's supposed to be coming down here. I mean, that's his little threat. Oh, Dolly World. I hadn't been there in a few years. Well, so he mentioned Florida in his live, but then he turned around and said, "No, I ain't going down there to Pensacola." He said it'd probably just be North Carolina or somewhere like that where I can go to the beach. I guess the whale wants to go back home. No, she's not a whale. She's just got to go clean that shit. Them tree branches get done wore out. Fresh start. That's the way it was over the weekend here. We got some rain last night that cooled it off a little bit today. I think it was still like 92, but oh, Gregory, no. I mean, that was like that one from Ohio saying he was going to go down there to Florida. Didn't. Oh, Don says my guys from the Appalachian Mountains. I got it from the source. I don't do store bought sign. All right. That's the way it was where I grew up. I mean, when that shit started coming out at the malls, I was telling people that's not real moonshine. Some of them young ones, yeah, it is. No, it's not. Look at the percentage. No, tomorrow come, Johnny still be off in his Section 8 apartment. Wishing he was in Tennessee, but probably glad that he's not. Still crying. Probably ratting on people, because that's what him and Marl do. Johnny, did the cops ever serve the papers on your neighbors? I know you were sitting out there for a few days waiting. Oh, InfoWarriors, yeah, I don't think he slept at all. I mean, like I said, when Rusty went live at 4 o'clock, Oh, Dagburn was in that chat, crying up a little storm. Of course, most people couldn't see him because he's blocked so many people. And I bet you his poor fingers were wore out last night where he's went in and blocked a hell of a lot more people. Where he don't want to know he's going in their chats and taking screenshots and making little statements. You know, I thought it was kind of funny how he's over there saying that he's trolled us. Like the deal with Kurt. Johnny doesn't have a troll game. Johnny can't even say it, much less spell it. If Johnny knew anything about the game, he would have known he was getting trolled when I had my cam account or some of the others. But he didn't. It's just that he put stuff out before thinking, wasn't smart enough to realize what he was doing until it backfired on him. And then I think somebody on his side told him, just tell him that you were trolling him. And to be honest with you, it's probably his daughter. Because neither him or Merle are smart enough. Robin, she don't drive, does she? I mean, it's now I think a couple of weeks ago she supposedly drove herself to work for a day or two, but I doubt she's got license without any major restrictions. She may have them for ID, but I doubt she can actually drive. Hell, she may not even know how. Hmm. I don't even know if I'd say she's the brains behind the scam because I often thought that, but here after the past couple of months, I don't know. Yeah, Skylar's. Oh, I got to find that one, pull that one up. Oh. No, my chat quit working over on StreamYard. Yeah, his aneurysms are showing. Yeah, he never did explain all them gay aneurysms, did he? Oh, Johnny's paranoid that she'll go meet up with a J-Prez or Dimebag or, scumbag or dirty cop, ex-cop, And she may try to get friendly with the new sheriff's department. Or he may be afraid she go rat on him. Oh, Zach, well, yeah, I almost forgot about Zach, Rob, until you mentioned that. But yeah. Hmm. Yeah, Johnny, I hope you wasn't doing that GoFundMe for your vacation fund because but I think that GoFundMe, I think he was trying to get the money up, so they can move. How's that working out for you? How's that legal defense GoFundMe working? Yeah, last I seen it was $110. So you've collected a whole $10, Johnny. That is truly sad. But well, folks, I'm gonna get off here. I got a few things I've got to research on and probably a few lives to check out. But I hope to see all y'all at 10 o'clock tonight. And who knows, we may go live afterwards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he has to say. Y'all keep an eye out though for notifications coming from this channel as well as Seepers. So, and to all of y'all, I hope y'all have an excellent night. To Skylar and Bethany, I hope y'all are doing well with y'all's pregnancy. To Billy and to Ryan, y'all's world's fixing to change. So, hope y'all, I can't wait. It's going to be for the best. So, Miss Gail, if you're still in here, I think she may have already bounced, but love you and give me a call a little later. So, everybody else, love y'all. Thanks for stopping in. And until next time, I will see y'all then. So, yeah. And like I said, get in touch with me on Instagram. I'll give you that link to that article and I'll let you realize that, yes, 1 and 2 year olds do remember traumatic events like that. So, but y'all have a great night.